Welcome to the super fun game review podcast. Go Mega Ultra Between Review Show. Down.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay. Welcome to MUBRS. Did you hear all that enthusiasm I threw into it?
Welcome to MUBRS.
This is a sound test.
Well, tonight we're going to do a motherfucking retrospective of the motherfucking Xbox.
The motherfucking Xbox!
It's the motherfucking Xbox.
Woo! But first, a word from our sponsors.
Sponsors, plural?
Oh, we got a new one.
Yeah.
Deep Creek Glass Works.
Yes.
Oh,
Plural.
WORX.
You mean Deep Creek Glass Works since 2013? They've been making awesome, handcrafted, durable glass products for your pleasure?
Yep.
Those guys.
Yep.
Awesome. Hey, do you guys like ornaments?
Yep.
Do you like glasses?
Yep.
Do you like ornament glasses?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, go check out Deep Creek Glassworks, spelled WROX.
Everybody's drinking.
Hey, there's something called social media, which everyone should check out and type in Deep Creek Glassworks, WORX.
On your social media.
On your social media of choice.
Yeah, you'll find a wide variety of products that I'm sure you'll find something that you enjoy and would like to share with not only yourself, but your family. So go check out Deep Creek Glassworks, WORX.
Today.
All right. Very well. Well, back to our episode.
The
The retrospective of the Xbox.
Xbox.
Xborks.
Triple Xbox.
Microsoft.
George Takai.
Likes the guy.
All right, so I got a lot of facts to hit you guys with. And
Cool.
by all means, I did not own an Xbox, so I didn't do the deep dive while owning one. So if you guys
Okay.
have any extra information you want to throw
Oh,
in,
well,
by all
that
means. Sure.
makes it more fun. What do you got?
Cool. So this system released on November 15th, 2001. I believe it was 3 days before the GameCube dropped,
Yep.
as we discussed before.
Yep.
This was the first console with a built-in hard drive.
Yes.
And it was also built in with broadband connectivity.
Yep.
Yep.
The total lifespan, it sold 24 million consoles worldwide.
Well done.
And because they were selling it at a loss, they ended up losing $4 billion over the console's life.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Not great.
So some interesting things. It seemed like Bill Gates was very desperate to get into the gaming environment. Because I found a couple little
The
stories.
console environment.
The console
He had already
yes,
been in
yes,
the gaming
yes, yes,
business
yes, yes.
for much longer than everyone else, pretty much.
But I found like just a list of missteps that he attempted to go.
So many.
So
Tons.
he approached Sony about developing software. Boom, turned down.
Yep.
He attempted to meet with Nintendo about acquiring it. Boom, turned down.
Boom. Fuck you.
Later in the development of the system, he actually went back to Sony about circuit boards for the controllers. And again, they shot him down, which is partly the reason why the controller ended up being so big. Because they had less compact circuit
Fat
boards.
ass bitch.
The Duke controller is still one of the greatest controllers ever made.
When they were this mentality of defeating the Japanese consoles, they codenamed the development of the Xbox Midway.
I was going to say Nagasaki.
To really blow the competition out of the
really,
water.
really just get them out
Their
of the
controller
water.
code name was Jehovah's Witness.
Followed up by Hiroshima.
So there was some like inside jokes when naming the system that they were kicking around, which eventually led to the name of the system. But because they had more adult content on this, or were planning to have more adult content,
Right.
they had some nicknames as XX Xbox or Direct XX Xbox, which finally settled on Xbox later on.
So just drop 2 X's
Direct,
and then
direct Xbox.
Yeah.
There's only one extra X in that, though.
Yeah.
Because their whole point of building the Xbox is because they already had a platform on PC that publishers loved because they liked building for DirectX.
Yep.
But they didn't have the market cap of a console gaming market.
Right.
Which is why they wanted to make the Xbox initially or get into the console space, because they were like, look, publishers love working on our platform. We just don't have a way to get it to TVs.
Yep.
So
And that's why the Xbox was born.
yeah, and that's where DirectX started, was on PC, and they were like, how do we just make a DirectX box?
D-generation Xbox.
Yeah.
So I will say something specifically about that. You know, it cost them $4 billion to get into the space, but what they did in the next generation with the 360,
Yeah.
where they wiped the floor with everybody and advanced console gaming, is something that is totally worth the price of what they paid to get into the space.
They still went into a huge loss, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
they did.
they couldn't have
Yeah.
predicted what was going to happen with the 360.
No,
up front.
but
Yeah.
this was something where it seemed like they had a long-term plan in place.
yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, most
Yeah.
businesses expect to take a
Yeah.
loss,
Right.
the
Yeah.
first go
Yeah.
I mean,
around.
it's just very like very volatile market when you're getting into like a gaming space. We've seen consoles that have tried and fucking failed, where Microsoft really, like kind of took their licks and then kept pushing through.
Shoot, I wanted to throw in also, so they did approach Dreamcast at one point as well, about acquiring like their connectivity, since they were early in the market
Yeah.
with that, but something fell through there as well. So I don't know. I just found it funny that they went to like they pitched
So-
ideas to all their competitors at one point or another.
So they actually put out a documentary back in December, and I highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. It's on their YouTube channel, just Xbox YouTube channel. It's called Power On, the story of Xbox, and it actually goes all the way through the entire lifespan of, inception of the Xbox all the way through to like Xbox Series X.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's like 6 hours.
Wasn't the Dreamcast situation too kind of like the Google and Yahoo thing as well, where like
Competing companies?
no, where Microsoft went to Dreamcast to buy technology, and they were like, we would buy you out, and Dreamcast is like, no, we're fine. And then Dreamcast Sega went to Xbox and was like, hey, we're floundering, we'd like to sell now. And Microsoft was like,
thanks.
$3 million.
Oh.
We'll buy the Dreamcast technology
I
for
don't
$3
know.
million.
I think it was a
they-
little different than that. Like I think there was
They were
like
more
a
after the
combative,
studios to get games on the platform.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but I know they had like there was some compatibility issues with that as well. So
Yeah.
it wasn't fitting into like their plan.
Right.
With the Xbox. So.
Okay.
The last fun little fact I wanted to throw out, and I laughed pretty hard at this. So
Is it about E3?
no,
Okay.
but I'll let you do that. But they plan to have an ad run in the UK. The lady projectile shoots a baby out of her vagina.
Oh, yeah, and it flies through the
Okay.
sky.
Yeah, through the sky,
Wait.
out a window, aging rapidly before crashing into a grave with the slogan "Life is short, play more."
What?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it. I've seen it. It's fucking fantastic. It's a fantastic.
It was banned in the UK.
So the
It was
banning,
banned. Wait, it started in the UK and then it was banned in the UK.
Yeah, I don't-
And now it's all over the internet. It's very
It
easy
became
to see.
like-
it.
I mean,
It
born
became
in the
viral.
USA. I mean, why not? I mean, this is the
very funny though.
American
it's
dream.
hilarious.
Why not shoot a baby out of your vagina to promote a game console?
it being banned was better than it actually succeeding as just a regular commercial, though,
I'm
because
sure.
it became like
Yep.
a viral sensation, basically,
Okay.
where it was like, wait, what?
All right.
And it probably got way more views than it would have without paying for distribution fees on a cable network.
I need to see the vaginal projection of this tiny infant leading into Xbox marketing.
Yeah, like it's like an infant, and then by the end it looks like the Six Flags guy.
Yeah.
Like it's like ridiculous.
Does he dance at the end?
No, he's in a
No,
grave.
it's literally like he just flies through and just lands in a grave.
It's vag to grave. It's that's the yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's what the Republicans are trying to prevent. That.
Yeah, they're
Consumption, no. Life at vaginal dispulsion.
Republicans are tired of the shortcut.
Exactly. Baby to grave. That's what we talk about.
Fuck it.
Why not? Who gives a shit?
Big fans of speed running.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
Accurate.
That's all I dug up that I found kind of interesting on the Xbox, but I'm sure there's a lot more information out there.
I mean, this was one of the first consoles that you really had like internet connectivity. I know like Dreamcast had a little
PlayStation
bit.
2's broadband came out first.
Yes, but PlayStation 2 and Xbox were along almost the same timeline, a little bit.
No.
The network adapter for PlayStation 2 was out a long while before the Xbox was even out, actually.
And that
Okay.
came out way after the PlayStation actually came out. too.
However,
Oh,
Xbox and the Xbox Live service was a first for online gaming, and it was vastly superior to what PlayStation had.
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation is just now catching up with the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5 to what Xbox was able to do right off the bat with the Xbox Live service.
do you mean with like their party system or more for games? Be a little specific.
Everything about
Okay.
the Xbox service worked so much better than anything on... Like, they always had the out-of-game system from the beginning
Yeah.
of the Xbox Live service. So even when you were, in a game, you could bring up the Blade system and switch to something else, or, you could turn off the console, things like that.
Right. Fuck Your Mom 420 is playing this game. Would you like to join this game?
Yeah, there's stuff like that. Like it's a lot of innovation for online gaming came from the Xbox Live service more so than anything that PlayStation did, anything that Nintendo did
Yeah.
at the time.
They probably also set the bar for how much commercialization they're going to jam down your fucking throat.
They didn't get into that till 360.
Yeah,
I know, but it came
that
hard
was-
and fast.
That was at the
Well-
end of the 360, and the Xbox One was just littered with it.
Yeah.
I'll even say it's like between like PS3 and 360. 360 was kind of it pulled it back a little bit of the amount of bullshit that they added on to it. I feel like switching from 360 to PS3 was when it really like amped up. Like, oh, you're playing this game? Do you want to play this? Do you want to get this add-on bonus or something else? I mean, it was very subtle, but yeah.
So yeah, a couple things I want to hit on the console real quick though. So when they were developing this, they had they announced it like 18 months before it actually launched, and they hadn't even created a console yet, like a functioning console yet.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They were just dead set. They threw all this money at the R&D department. They were just like, get it done, 18 months.
Yeah.
Do this.
So there was a lot of it where they actually couldn't get funding though. Like it was literally like 4 people working on it, like in their like free time at work where they were just like putting this shit together.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get buy-in from like Bill or like anybody even way below to get to Bill. And then when they finally got their buy-in, they went from 4 people to like 40 people in a month. And then a month later, they had like 2,000. Once they actually like buy-in from everybody. And then when E3 happened, the year they launched, they had the console on stage, and they couldn't even get it to boot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Dude, that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Fu-
And that's
Yeah.
like 4 months. before it launched.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was? It came out what the problem was.
Yeah, I
Because
forget.
it was a very well known thing. If you turned on the Xbox, like the first generation of Xboxes, if you turned them on and your video cable was unplugged or out of socket, it wouldn't power on and it would get stuck. So you had to unplug the power, plug the power back in, reset the video cable, and then you could turn it on fine. But it did the exact same thing that my Xbox did 3 weeks after I bought it.
Yikes.
And I was just like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm like messing, and I saw that like the video cable was undone. I was like, okay, I can't get it to turn off. Pull the power, plug the power back in, plug the video back in, turn it on, and I still have my original Xbox. Actually, when we reviewed Silent Hill 2, that's what I played. I played on my Xbox. So anyway,
Let's get into our personal stories for the evening.
So I did not have my first Xbox until I bought mine from Joe.
So,
Funny enough.
yeah.
And that's like where my experience with this console came to be. I know there Joe gave me a few games to go along with the system, just to kind of give me like a start on it. And then once I started playing, there were a few more games where it's like, oh, well, I'm going to pick this up. I'll pick that up. This sounds interesting. And knowing my track history of consoles is I get them a lot later compared to release date or the next generation. So a lot of my games came cheap, and I actually found that more inviting because I did have some history with Xbox with Nick and Mike, and high school sleepovers, and we would just play like Halo until like morning came, and some fighting games, and it's just that's my history. Like when I really think about like my Xbox experience is time spent with friends, because this was one of the first systems that we could have like 3 or 4 people hooked up to a single console to be able to experience this together.
Nice.
Cool. I don't have a lot to go off of, but I do remember linking the systems specifically for Halo.
yeah.
And I do remember the day we all skipped school in 12th grade. I think it was 12th grade. 11th
Yeah.
and 12th grade for
12th grade.
Halo
Yeah.
2 release.
Yes.
And it was just an all-day
That was senior year.
fucking
Frag
awesome.
fest, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that is awesome. But yeah, I didn't own an Xbox. I still don't own an Xbox. I think I just commandeered my brother's.
You did.
I-
You used to bring it over to my place.
Yeah. Just for Halo and Halo 2.
I'm wondering if you forgot a game that we used to play all the time together.
Oh, I'm sure you'll bring it up later.
Yep,
Yeah.
I will.
I don't know. Was it me
right.
though?
Huh?
You sure it was me?
Yep. 100%. Shane had the Xbox.
No, it was Casey.
Was it Casey? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fucking up your brothers.
Whatever.
Fucking up your brother's mother.
Oh, it's probably not on my list then, because I'm pretty.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't. Yeah, so I had my Xbox real early, and it was a slow burn, and actually, I had Halo like before it became popular, and I like played it. I played a little bit of it, and I was like, "This is okay." And then, fun fact about the original Halo: it was not a hit when it first came out. It took about 5 or 6 months for the first Halo to actually have any sort of traction.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember that at all, but like
No.
the first Halo was not an immediate hit because it actually launched with the Xbox,
Okay.
and it was not like this like mega stardom type of hit that it became. But like I had it, had played it a few times and was like, yeah, this is okay. And then like it got like super popular, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back and like actually play that, and was like, oh, this is fucking incredible. And then like got friends over to like play and stuff like that. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I knew nothing of where it came in to be like, oh, well, it's kind of here, it's kind of there. I just had friends that were like, oh, you're coming to sleep over. Do you want to play some Halo? It's like,
Before
yes.
or after tummy sticks?
Before. Come on, man. We need to prioritize. So I would just go over my buddy Nick's house, and Mike would also be there, and we'd have like group sleepovers where
Are we talking about games, or are we talking about...
where we played some Cracker, and then after we were done, we were like, oh, let's all play some Xbox and play some Halo. But that was like the first time I really got the experience of multiplayer first-person shooter was
Really?
Halo.
Did you never play GoldenEye?
I mean, on a single console, yes. But I mean, like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
over
Okay,
the
you mean,
internet,
like
yeah.
LAN or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's at least where it was, that's where it became different, was like, oh, we're playing with other people online at the same time with Halo. So yes, that actually was my first experience with a first person shooter over the internet.
Joseph?
I honestly don't really remember where I got mine in the grand scheme of things. I bought a couple of games when I originally got the console. I know a couple of them. I don't know if I bought more than that, honestly, after I got it. Like, I bought the console, was very excited about it. There's a few games that I was like, definitely need to get these.
Yep.
I remember bogarting my dad's credit card to get Xbox Live as soon as I got it. I was like, no, this is just going to happen. Like, this is just a thing you're going to have to pay for now.
All right.
Yeah, my parents would not fucking fly with that.
Right. Get my ass kicked.
My dad kicked my fucking air conditioner out the window because the bill got too high. Yeah, you're just gonna fucking sweat now.
You know what? That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
3 stories. It fell 3 stories.
I had a job by this point, though. I mean, I had my first job, like, before 9th grade in high school, like, when this came out. So, like, in my first job, I made $10 an hour. So, it wasn't a problem.
Oh, you were above minimum wage.
Way above at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like $5.15 or $5.25.
Yeah.
The good old days.
I know, right?
Yeah. So I didn't have a problem as far as that went. Steve. No blockbuster trips for me.
Eat my ass, bitch.
Just taking that elbow in.
yeah, because console.
I was probably working at Blockbuster at that point.
Yeah.
I worked there for like 2 years.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. We don't rent the consoles anymore, bud.
Fun fact, that's how Clark and Steve became friends.
Yeah, that was exactly it.
Nick Nell,
Steve
actually.
always making deposits outside the fucking window overnight.
Can I get one Xbox? No, we don't do that anymore, sir. Oh, no.
But yeah. I'll talk about the rest of the stuff that I have personal stories about during the games and things like that.
Okay.
Ooh, cool. Well, we are ready to do some games.
Yeah, buddy.
Games. Fucking get it.
Let's go and get some games.
Who wants to start with numero 5?
I'll start because I guarantee it's nowhere on any of your fucking lists. Tetris Worlds Online Edition.
Yep. Not on mine.
Nope.
So I got this the day I got Xbox. Basically for my dad. My dad is a huge Tetris player. It was one of the games that we got as a family when we got our Game Boys. Like, we all got Game Boys the same day. One of us got into Tetris, and my dad, like, could legit play Tetris for, like, 4 hours without losing.
All right.
Absolutely insane. And it was pretty much the only game he ever played. So I was like, okay, like, I'm going to get Tetris, play with him. And you could actually do, they had, like, a battle system where you could play a couch co-op battle or online battle, and basically like when you depleted a line, it would put it on your opponent's line, like base, basically, to push their pieces to the top to make them lose.
All right.
So you'd have to like work back and forth and stuff. But it was awesome, lots of fun. Spent many hours on that game. As simple as Tetris is, there's always new and innovative, especially at that time when making a game as old as Tetris online was awesome.
Yeah. Definitely. Mine was upscaled a little bit with Burnout 3.
Upscaled from Tetris. Yeah, sure.
Mine had cars. That's great. I mean, there
and
were
a soccer ball.
Yeah,
Like
there.
giant soccer ball.
Who would have imagined that
Was there a
cars
boost?
and soccer balls? Burnout 3.
Yeah.
Burnout 3 was my number 5, where that was like the game that started getting me back into like racing games. So that's that's pretty much it.
My number 5 is going to be Mech Assault. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I loved the game. It was really like, it was kind of one of those like multiplayer centric. I played a lot of online matches of that.
Yeah, I had it on PC.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was just so much fucking fun. And it was the first foray into console gaming mech battles for me, because that was almost exclusively a PC thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
Mech Assault showing up on Xbox, I was like, oh, like maybe you're gonna see more PC titles making that jump. So it was really fun. I played a lot of split screen multiplayer in that as well, with our buddy Clay. So
Yeah.
Good choice.
Cool. So, all right, I'll say my
right.
number 5 is Hunter the Reckoning, and I don't remember much about it.
All
I just
right.
remember I liked it a lot more on PS2 because you can replay characters on that.
yes,
Console.
and it had the 4th character in it as well, or the 5th character in it as well.
So that's my number 5.
All right.
Nice.
I got a full list now. Shenmue 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, never finished it. I think we got a couple hours in, but we were so pumped to start it.
So fucking excited. I was like, Harry, I got Shenmue 2. You were like, I'm coming over.
Was that the one you were talking about?
No.
Fuck.
No, it's not it either. It's not it either.
I think you think it's somebody else then.
No, I'm not. I'm 100% not.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Well, Shenmue 2, we got a couple hours in, but I don't know, it just didn't live up to the hype of Shenmue 1.
Yeah.
But what was cool though, I think Shenmue 2 came with an entire video of Shenmue 1 to kind of catch you up to speed.
Yeah, it does.
So it's like
It was like,
watching
here's
a movie.
Yeah, but it was like, here's
Previously
15 minutes. Here's 15 minutes, which is the entire 35-hour game that is Shenmue 1.
Good to know.
Without
With
the forklift racing.
Yeah, no forklift racing. Gotcha, Mom.
God, that was the best part. Oh god. It was so awesome.
No, the best part was working with the forklift, and then spending all of your fucking money on those goddamn little collectible toys, because you gotta get them all.
Oh, that game.
Oh, man.
All right. So, my number 4, Fable. This was the first RPG where it was kind of like choose your own adventure, and that just kind of made like a little bit of an impact on me of, all right, what can we do with the rest of these RPG games? Which it's not
could
so
see
much.
that.
Yeah, it's not so much good and bad. Like, it took like years until it was like choose your own direction came back out again. But at least like
Yeah,
this
it was
was
very
kinda like-
innovative for the time.
yeah.
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 Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. Joe, you want to go next?
Sure. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X.
Oh,
It's one of these on every fucking console, I swear to
just
God.
waiting for it. Hey,
So this one's legitimately different than the rest of them. So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 on one disc, and it had additional couple of levels that were only available on this version of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I believe
Okay.
it allowed you to do manuals reverting in all of the
Tony Hawk's
parks, right?
Pro Skater 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first
I
time
had
you
this
could do
as
the
well,
Tony
yeah.
Hawk's Pro Skater 2 stuff in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 levels. Not while you were doing the campaign, though.
Right. It was only in free skate.
Only in free skate or online play. Yep.
Cool. Is that everybody? Did you do your number 4?
I did not.
Do it. Fucking say it. Do it.
I will, God damn it! No, my
Got weird.
That's what we do on this show. We get weird.
Fair.
my number 4 is going to be Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow.
Never heard of it.
Don't know if you guys have ever played that.
I've played Splinter Cell games, not that one.
I mean, Splinter Cell was an Xbox exclusive. And in this one specifically, there was a multiplayer mode that I used to play with a bunch of people that I went to high school with. And we would... It's essentially like the game mode was spies versus mercenaries.
I heard all of that.
Yeah. You can just mute the track, though.
Yeah. Permanently.
So it was spies versus mercenaries, and as the spies, you're trying to infiltrate a building and get 2 USB drives and get them out. You can't kill the mercenaries though, because it's like against like the code of the spies or whatever. The mercenaries can kill the spies, however, so they can go and like you can knock them out. You can kind of like choke them out or shoot them with like a sleeping dart and stuff like that. It'll put them out for like 2 or 3 seconds.
All right.
And then you can like infiltrate, grab the information and try to escape. And it was just a really awesome like 2v2. And we used to play at my buddy Andy's house and we would all be in separate rooms. So even the spies would have to communicate with a headset on Xbox Live. It was fucking awesome. Like, it was just a really good time. And the mercenaries would sit down in the living room, and if you're on the mercenary team, your benefit was that you're both in the same room, so you could plan tactics like that. It was pretty
All
cool.
right.
But yeah, it was just a really fucking fun game.
It sounds fun.
Cool. Clark, why don't you double dip and do your third? What were you going to say, Joe?
I was going to say, it sounds like basically like Rainbow Six meets like Siphon Filter.
Yeah, honestly, it kind of was that. A lot of the things that you start to see, like gadget-wise, in some of the Rainbow Six Siege stuff is really stuff from Splinter Cell. I mean, they finally brought Sam Fisher into Rainbow Six. He is a playable character called Zero.
Oh, nice.
As an attacker now. And he shoots the camera, and it allows him to see through walls.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. All right, my number 3. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna be kind of corny about this.
Speak my language.
My number 3 is going to be Elder Scrolls 3: Morrowind.
Nice.
All right.
I just like Oblivion, I played countless fucking hours of Morrowind. It's the reason that I bought the Xbox. Like, it was at launch, they were talking about Morrowind coming out, and I was like, I'm here for it, I'm ready for it, I want to fucking play that fucking game. And it was just it was an incredible, like, it's the first time, like, you know, we've talked about like the Fallout games and like the Elder Scrolls games and stuff. That is the first time you can really experience one in a 3D type setting. And so it just resonated with me. I was like, oh, I'm going to love anything that the studio puts out for the next, 30 years. And here we are, 20 years later, and they still put out buggy messes, but I still check out and play every single one of their fucking games when they come out. So, yeah, it just set the tone for a lot of my adult gaming life was Morrowind. So,
Yeah, I think I can really follow up with Clark with my number 3, which is Sneak King.
I knew you were going to drop that on your list.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm jealous that I haven't played that.
Yeah, same.
This was the most stupid fucking game, but I loved it
That is
so
an
much.
Xbox 360 game.
No, it's also an Xbox game, exclusive. That Burger
it did
King
come out on Xbox, yeah.
Yes, Burger King came out with I think it was 3 games, and Sneaking was one where you were just
Didn't they have a kart racing game too?
maybe.
They had a couple games. Yeah,
I don't know if they did. I did not own that one. All I know is
I think these all came out the year we moved out.
It was Big Bumpin', Pocket Bike Racer, and Sneak King.
Yes, and Sneaking was the king amongst all of the Burger King games. And I got to hide in trash cans and bushes and present people, surprisingly, with Whoppers. And it was the most stupid fucking asinine game ever conceived, but I loved it so much.
Do you still own it?
I do believe it's in one of my
kinda wanna
Rubbermaid
play it.
tubs.
Yeah, dude, you should pitch it for the podcast one of these episodes.
I've tried to do that before, and it's been met with animosity. But
Well, now
at
there's no contest. It's like you pick
all right,
a game.
cool. Yeah, I will make this happen. That's totally fine.
Get it done.
This was just a very, I don't know. It's a stupid game. It's like you pop out of a trash can. Here's a Whopper. Pop out of a bush. Here's a Whopper. And at the very end, you're delivering a Whopper, and someone is happy and elated. How could you not love this game? So, yeah. Sneaking. Done. Number 3. Solidified.
Go ahead, Joe.
He was like, I'm going to follow up Clark.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got Morrowind too.
Sneaking.
Yeah, he just
Random tangent.
Wait a minute.
Maybe Steve always plays like a thief. And that's what he
No.
was
Wrong.
thinking.
I don't think there was an actual bridge other than they were Xbox games.
I just think this follows the
and
line.
that they were number 3 in our respective ranks.
Now, Joe, you are coming into the later end of super fun game review podcast.
Well, later.
Go.
That's
and
why you put a finality on this?
Let's say he's in the middle somewhere.
Sure, but I do stupid things, and I do stupid things too.
All right, moving on, Joe. What's your number 3?
Jesus.
Just wait.
All right, Clark, this is probably on your list. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So many. I didn't know that Clark had it. We played so much multiplayer of that, though. It was fucking I don't think we ever played the campaign.
No.
I don't think we ever did. I think
Nope,
we literally
really?
just spent hundreds of hours doing multiplayer.
They
It
let
was
you
so good.
they let you keep profiles on the Xbox and you could level up characters. You like Joe with a guest account on my original Xbox could level up his own characters in Jedi. So you could do AI battles and you could jack up the fucking difficulty of everything. So we would just spend hours and hours and hours just lightsaber battles, and it was just the best version of those lightsaber battles.
the mechanics of the lightsaber throw were fucking amazing.
Yeah, and just the lightsabers had live physics.
Yeah.
So if you ran up to somebody and didn't attack, but they threw their lightsaber at you and you just angled your controller to where you brought your lightsaber up, it would block it. Or you could cut somebody in half running past them if you just whipped your arm out.
All right.
It was really fucking awesome.
Cool.
I remember one of the really cool things was I remember I showed you was like running down the hallway and dragging the lightsaber along the wall and making that line. I was like, this is like how you can find me wherever I'm at. I'm always running against a wall and dragging my lightsaber and like just drawing a line.
That game was amazing.
Fuck, it was so good. It was so fucking good.
There hasn't been a good Star Wars game since. Not one like that anyway.
I'm waiting for them. I'm slamming the fucking table.
God damn.
I am waiting for Disney. They need to fucking put Kyle Katarn in a fucking Star Wars something, goddammit. He's a very important character in Star Wars. Goddammit. Do it.
I'm going to do Halo Combat Evolved as my number 1.
Number 1?
Oh, I'm sorry, my number 3. Sorry, the first one in the franchise.
Is that the first on the sticky note that you're flipping over, or what the fuck are you doing?
I just wrote down a couple that I played. I didn't play that many Xbox games.
Old bitch.
I don't know. First one was great.
Yeah.
I mean, just the Rockets only matches, and like they had like the really classic maps. Was that what was the one that was just like base, river, base?
Blood Gulch.
Yes.
No, I think Blood Gulch is the big one with like the canyon.
Yeah. The
I'm
canyon
talking
is
the
Blood
really
Gulch.
small map that had.
I don't know.
I don't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was the fucking awesome. I love that map. Love that map. I don't know. The campaign was okay. It was okay. Halo.
That's
Yeah,
how
you
I
spend
felt
6
about
hours
Halo.
on the campaign. You spend 300 hours in multiplayer. I mean,
Right. It all blends in into my number 2, which is Halo. And that was just the first, other than Unreal Tournament, this was the first time that I, on console, got to play against other players at the same time with people that were on the same console with split screen of this capacity. And, oh God, I mean, this just opened up Pandora's box when it came to, like, Call of Duty and, you know, other, like,
first-person shooters.
yeah, I mean, it's just amazing. Loved it. The vehicles.
My number 2, I'm going to go with Jedi Knight 2. Jedi Outcast. It's just a fucking amazing game. I already said my piece.
My number 2 is Need for Speed Underground.
Ooh.
So
I remember that was one of those games everybody was like talking about for a while.
Yep.
Oh,
That
dude.
and Midnight Club. I remember Midnight Club was a big deal too. But
Yes.
I think that was one
think that was on 360.
generation later. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Need for Speed Underground was like, I played a bunch of Need for Speed games prior, like, you know, Hot Pursuit and stuff like that on other consoles. But Underground for me kind of took it to the next level. Like, it had like all the car customization and had like, I don't remember if this one had free roaming or not. I think free roaming might have been in Underground 2. But it had online racing and it was just awesome. It got me back into that like arcade racer
Yeah.
game that I was just like, oh, I haven't played a game like this in a long time. And it just felt so good. And there was, as you know, Harry, unlockables make games sometimes.
Oh yeah, 100. I love fucking unlockables.
And there
I
was
love 'em.
so much to unlock. It was just awesome.
That's hot.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
All right, so my number 2 is going to be a disappointment to a lot of people, but it's going to be Counter-Strike.
Okay.
And
Okay, it was on your list.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You and I played a fuck ton of
Yeah, well,
Counter-Strike.
a lot of people would say this is a very disappointing copy of the game because you cannot play online. It's against bots.
Yeah.
Clark got very mad, just to say.
But I had a blast with it. This is one of the ones I used to stay up late. I think I used to get high and play this a lot.
Sounds about right.
Surprise.
Dude, we used to play a ton of this. You used to bring it over to my house.
Yeah, I
or
vaguely remember that.
Yeah,
Okay,
I do vaguely.
so you were totally high. So yeah,
Yeah.
back in that day.
yeah.
Yeah, we used to go out by the drainage ditch near my mom's house and smoke.
You don't have to be quiet. We're off recording.
We're adults now.
Goddamn sinners! Shut up! Smoking your marijuana. Shut up! Yeah.
And we got Fetterman coming up. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
We'll make that shit legal.
PA.
But yeah, Counter Strike. I thought it was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of people were like, oh yeah, the online Counter-Strike because I'm a fucking PC gamer and watch me whack off real quick.
Gives a fuck.
There's no video chat in Counter-Strike.
Harry's been just jacking off.
Yeah, but if you're on
his
PC
own.
with the old school customization, you could literally make a
Spray.
spray that's
Just
a picture of you jacking off.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, I mean,
Nice.
I had friends who had like the whole Counter-Strike on PC hookup and like Dan Tiffany.
Yeah.
He had it like, and it looked awesome. And I remember watching him play, and I was like, this is awesome. This was the dumbed down version that I could get my hands on.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
I played
yeah.
a ton of it with
It's
you,
better
but
than
I was
not
also
playing at
one of
all.
those people.
Yeah.
I was one of those people that had Counter-Strike, played it a fuck ton, like ever since 1998. So when this rolls out like 7 or 8 years later, I was just like, oh, okay, this is cool. that's what I thought of it,
Yeah.
but it was cool, you know? It was fun for you and I to play, you know?
So yeah, that's my number 2.
All
Cool.
right.
Nice.
All right, who wants to start number 1? Who didn't start yet?
I don't think I started yet.
Do it. Do it.
Halo 2. I enjoyed Halo. I played it a bunch. I think Halo 2 just took it to a whole nother fucking level. And I didn't want them both on my top 5 because I had like enough games. But I mean, it's like Halo 2, man. Like you said, when we skipped launch day after I believe we both bought it with McDonald's bucks at Best Buy.
I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
I think we've talked about like I bought a lot of games with the
Best Buy bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
$5, yeah.
Armageddon.
you
I
did.
know I 100% bought Mortal Kombat Armageddon with that.
Yeah. Like just so many fond memories of playing that, you know, senior year of high school. And then when I got in the Army, we did so many like tournaments and stuff, like absolutely bonkers amount of playtime on that game.
That's the one where they added the sword, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the sword and like the sword and rocket boost, where if you could do that, you were pretty much a god at any local LAN party that you were playing. Good times.
A lot of fun.
it
Yeah.
was, so oddly enough, that is also my number 1.
Nice.
Halo 2. And I'm just gonna piggyback off of what you said. I do remember that one day skipping school. I thought
Yeah.
it was the tits.
Like the amount of people that had to like, this was pre-flat screen. Like
Yeah.
this was like
Paul Tarkas.
Paul Tarka.
everybody
Yeah.
bringing over like 40-inch CRTs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the spot where Harry and I just got fucking high as shit and went over to Paul Tarka's, and then it was like the beginning to the end of the day, and his mom fed us food. It was like, oh, there's
There's like 40 kids in my house.
There's like 16 children in my house.
Yeah.
I need to feed them. And she is like Greco-Roman, like lady is like, I just need to provide.
Wrestle
And-
all of us.
And she just made, not only did she wrestle
Those
very
6 teenage
well,
boys never. They
She-
just all grew up that day.
she did beat most of us with with a passion. Good for her.
I did I won one free for all match that day too. It was a shotguns only match where you
Nice.
just dive into the pit.
But that
Awesome.
is one of my honorable mentions was for Halo 2 because that was an experience.
Wait, that was your honorable mention?
Real quick on Halo 2. I had all of the Votech kids over to my mom's house
Yeah.
for that.
Cool. So the cool kids weren't there. You just had the Votech kids.
I had my friends at Votech.
Yeah. So not the cool kids.
Fun
Because we had Jashank
Here's the
and Pat.
thing. Here's the thing. Actually, if you want to get real technical, I didn't hang out
What's
with
cool?
anybody from Springford for like
Okay.
almost 2 years, except for Bickle, Kevin, Joe, Harry,
Oh, Clark's life is sadder than
Nick,
I really
Nick, Mike,
remember.
and you.
Oh, that it's really sad.
I just didn't see people from Springford, and I was fine with it. Like,
Yeah.
I already had you guys, and I was like, I don't really need any more friends from Springford. I don't plan on going back. Like, I was just at the Votech school, and I was like,
Well,
totally.
while
fucking
we're
happy
talking
to be
about
doing it.
Fun times. My number one is Spider-Man 2. I mean, I was thinking about destroy all humans, but I figured that'd be a little too much.
Blasphemous, yeah.
Yeah. So Spider-Man 2 was probably my top Xbox game, but my top Xbox memory was skipping school for Halo 2 release and meeting up with Kevin Pierce and then Paul Tarka. And then Paul Tarka's mom just like, are you boys hungry? To 16 high school boys.
Sorry, was your game Spider-Man 2?
Yes.
My number one?
But but he talked about it very little.
Yeah, no,
Back to
I
the
mean,
Halo 2.
that it was nice to kind of have like the sling web and like kind of like overall like open world adventure for Spider-Man, but the main point is Paul Tarka's mom. She was a kind lady.
You did your number one?
I did. It was Halo 2.
You did your number one? You
Yeah.
did your number one? My number one, if
Is
you've listened
Paul
to
Tarka's
me...
mom.
No, if you've listened to me,
I know
like
what it is.
I've mentioned it a few times.
Just
Uh,
a radio future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% Jet Set Radio
Yes.
motherfucking future.
There you go.
I fucking love that game. It is a wild fucking acid blast of fucking weird shit just put into a graffito fucking
Yeah.
rollerblading madness.
Get high, get fucked up, go play this game. You're going to have a good time.
Yeah, it's just like, it's super intense and
Yeah.
like, it's just fucking wacky and like all the different characters are fucking amazing and just, man, it is one of my favorite games of all time. Like if we were doing a top 5 all time, it'd be on that list. I had a fucking blast with this game.
There
A
you
blast
go.
with it, dude. I remember Clay came over while I was beating the game one time, and he sat down and he was like, what the fuck is this? Because basically, it's like a shattered mirror of spirals that are changing from blue to pink to white, all with the it's like a fucking like if you have epilepsy, you cannot beat that game.
It's like
you will
Mirror's
fucking die.
Edge meets Crazy Taxi.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Way off. It's more like Tony Hawk meets
DDR.
DDR.
All right. Made you find a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely
You're welcome.
It's definitely way different than
Sure.
Crazy Taxi. But like, yeah, so anyway, it's a fucking wild ass game. Yeah, it's
Oh, man.
what?
Okay, Joe died. It's fine.
Do you need a ride home tonight, Steve?
Yeah, are you fucked up, dude? Like,
Why are you
real.
coming at me now? It's like he said something. You were like,
I've
on
been
board.
curious. I've been sitting over here because you're
Dude,
just
it's
like,
been like 30 minutes and you've been slurring. And
yeah,
just like,
dude. Are you good? Are you good for real? Like
I'm
for
having fun.
real? Okay,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
we
but
good.
you're good,
Oh, good.
Steve.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna-
you
do you
just
wanna
said
hold hands?
you're good. Are you good, man?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But are we gonna,
That's why he's dying. Anyway, yes. Jet Set Radio Future. I've said this several times. I've referenced it in other podcasts. I fucking absolutely love that game. And it's a fucking shame because unless you have an original Xbox, which I don't have my power cables and all that shit, and I've never like gone to like set it all back up, and I don't have the game anymore, I really want to play that game, and there's no way to do it.
Didn't they re-release it?
Nope.
Oh, I thought they did.
The only time they re-released it was when the Xbox they re-released it as a pack-in with Sega GT 2002.
Oh, that game didn't entice me at all. Did nothing for me.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. It didn't need to. It wasn't your game. It spoke
Yeah,
to me.
They
on a-
only
on a
ever
deep
released
level.
Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, they re-released Jet Set Radio, which is not the same.
Yeah.
Very
It's
well.
like if DDR had a storyline. like it's fucking wild. It's like that kind of wild.
that's going to do great.
Well, I believe that caps out our top fives. Let's do some honorable mentions.
I got a bunch of honorable mentions.
Yeah, I
don't
got,
know about
I
everybody.
got
I got a
zero.
couple.
I got the Halo 2 map pack. Boom.
Boom, Harry's done.
I got Halo 2 because that was a lot of fun skipping school.
Paul Tarkin's mom.
Then
Paul Tarker's mom. Paul Tarker's mom. Honorable mention. Paul Tarker's mom.
Paul
Spider-Man
Tarker's
2.
mom. She
Paul
was
Tarker's
a very
mom.
she was a very nice lady. I would like to make her UFC tap out if I could.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good game.
Yeah.
Oh.
See.
Can I throw one that's on that same vein?
Hell
Yeah.
Backyard wrestling. Don't try this at home with Violet J.
With Violet J and Shaggy? Yes.
and Jamie Madrox.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. It's the dumbest wrestling game ever.
And you call me fucked up.
It's the dumbest wrestling game ever that is so much fucking fun. Like, just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like,
No, it is.
Because it's literally just like everyone's a giant fucking blood bag, and you just fucking just destroy them, and they just start bleeding, and everyone's just bleeding to death.
I punch you once, I'm gonna die. Okay.
Did you have other model mentions now that I interrupted you?
Paul Tarker's mom.
That's cute. I keep saying it.
Paul Tarker's mom.
I
Need
want you
for-
to edit out
need-
Paul's last name on every time it was mentioned.
Yeah.
Paul's mom.
Oh, the,
Paul's mom.
Paul's Belzy.
Paul's mom.
Paul's Pelzy. Done. Need for Speed. That was about it. For honorable mentions.
All right, I got quite a list here.
I got one more.
Okay, go for it.
Oddworld Munch's Odyssey.
Good one. Good one. Kind of surprised that wasn't like on your radar at all.
They didn't pop up.
are they all different aliens in all the Abe the Odyssey game?
It's all Abe.
Is
it's
it?
all
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one that introduces a new alien, but it's like the gunslinger dude. You know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
It's like a bounty hunter.
Okay.
In their world. Anyway,
Yeah.
honorable mentions. Cell Damage. This is the first
Okay.
time. The first time I played this. It's like a cartoony fucking Twisted Metal. Blood Wake. Twisted Metal with boats. Again, just I really liked the genre.
Yeah.
Loaded Metal.
That was a cool genre.
I'm from Florida.
Serious Sam is another game that you and I played a ton of.
Fuck, you're right. You're right.
Serious
Xbox.
Sam
On Xbox.
On Xbox?
Okay.
That's where you got
Yeah,
first introduced
fuck.
to it, too.
Joe
played
says
on
no.
PC.
You never played it on Xbox with
Nope.
me at my place?
No.
I played it on PC first.
Yeah, no, I remember this. Yep.
Yeah,
Boom.
okay.
On my honorable mention.
All
There
right,
you
yeah.
go. Apparently
Serious Sam. State of Emergency.
God damn. Are there any more Serious Sam games to play?
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a brand new one that
4.
came out.
Serious Sam 4 just came
Get a
out.
PS5, please.
Fair enough.
Or a
July.
PC
I'll
is
get
capable.
a PS5 one way or another in July.
right.
That's the game plan.
So, State of Emergency, it's just kind of like a fucking shoot 'em up, like time-based game.
Hold on. Can I just interject here real quick?
Sure, yep.
That you gave Serious Sam like a 4, and now you're asking for another one to
Dude,
play.
it's fun, but I mean,
There's nothing to the game. Harry's a man of sustenance. He likes...
peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but
so
he likes
I-
tea
so-
jelly
Just
and...
like
Here.
his in his
I-
mouth.
Wait, hold on.
really-
Can we not redo like a whole review?
Yeah, no,
of Serious Sam? I gotta work
Okay,
tonight.
all right.
Please, for the love of
Are
God,
you going
let
to
me
do
just get
this now?
through this
I
list.
need to pee.
Anyway, let me just get through these two. He can pee, we can vape. You guys can hammer out whatever fucking weird fucking bedroom issues you have
We're gonna
about Serious
hammer
Sam.
pee.
Anyway, Enter the Matrix was a fucking amazing game that pushed forward the whole bullet time thing.
Okay.
Steel Battalion had one of the coolest fucking peripherals ever made for a fucking console. It is a full inside the mech controller. The controller itself was $250 with a $50 game, and it was fucking wild.
All right.
There was an emergency eject button. It's the only way to save your game. Otherwise, you have to start a new pilot and shit. It's fucking nuts. It was like such a hardcore, weird niche game. I got to play it one time, and I got the person's pilot killed. Anyway, 25 to Life was the other game that I just thought was absolutely amazing. It was just like some weird, like, thuggy fucking deathmatch game that just... It came out at the end of the Xbox's life cycle, and it was just a really fun game.
all right. So let's do our console defining.
I've got a pretty long list here.
Jesus. Okay. I was just gonna throw out Halo and Halo 2.
Okay.
Honestly, other than that, nothing comes to
Steve,
mind.
you got anything for it?
I have UFC Tap Out because that was the first MMA game
Okay.
that I actually had, which was a little defining. Other than that, Halo 2 and Need for Speed series. That was my mentions.
This is games that defined.
Just make sure, because you repeated all the games you went through for honorable mentions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the only difference other than Halo is Fable.
Okay. All right.
And then that's kind of like the RPG that set a standard of, do you want to be good? Do you want to be bad?
Wait, what was the racing game? Like, PlayStation had Gran Turismo. What was it? Was it Forza Motorsport?
I don't think Forza was out on Xbox. I think it was that was like 360.
Was it?
Yeah, they had the Sega GT series. That's what ran
And they
on
had-
the original Xbox.
So I had Halo and Jet Set Radio Future, which were already mentioned, and only one more game that has not been mentioned yet so far, and that's Psychonauts,
Oh,
which is a pretty amazing game. They just re-released it on, like, I wouldn't say current gen consoles, but it's available on PC and stuff like that now. But it's a pretty awesome game. You're kind of an alien that has like these telekinetic powers and stuff like that, but it's
I kept thinking
Nice.
for the longest time when I was putting this list, I was like, was it Dead Rising?
that was 360.
Yeah, no, and I kept
360.
thinking, like,
Yeah.
was that on this console? No, that was 360.
Dead to Rights, maybe.
No, the Zombie Mall game.
Yeah, that's Dead Rising.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was 360.
Yeah,
All right. I have Dead to Rights, which is a game about seeking vengeance in, I think, Tokyo with like you and your dog. Halo 2, we all know what that is. Jade Empire is considered one of the greatest RPGs of all time and is an exclusive on the Xbox. Battlefront 2,
Okay.
which is the original Star Wars clone of Battlefield. It's fantastic on this. They used to have lightsaber only battles. It was really fun. Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay.
I think it's an absolute classic. I've never beaten it myself, but it takes that whole idea of you can be a good Jedi, a bad Jedi, things like that. And it's like a full-length actual RPG where you're choosing dialogue a la Mass Effect. That's where BioWare kind of cut their teeth, was with the Star Wars franchise, Knights of the Old Republic.
Turned it
Okay.
into an MMO.
yeah.
Yep. Yes, they did.
It's pretty amazing.
I have Counter-Strike on here. I have Chronicles of Riddick, Butcher Bay, or Escape from Butcher Bay. That game actually is like visually probably one of the best on the console. I thought that it needed to be mentioned as well.
I think I had a YouTube video pop up the other day about the Riddick video games. Like, I think there was multiple.
They're
and
honestly incredible.
I heard they're really good and
Yes.
like surprisingly good.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing. Like, you know, you watch Pitch Black and you're like, okay, this is cool, and then they're like, oh, Chronicles of Riddick game, and like I had played it and beat it, and I think it is just a standout, fantastic game.
All right.
I tried to watch that series with Leanne. We watched the first one.
It's really good.
But, yeah.
I like it. Pariah is it's kind of hard to describe. It's literally the first person shooter with like special powers, but I think it was like a very, very genre defining, kind of under the radar for the
Okay.
series. It came out right at the end of the Xbox, so it didn't get a lot of love or attention. But I remember playing that game, and it blew my fucking mind. It ended up, a lot of the powers and stuff like that ended up in like a game called Shadowrun for Xbox 360 later. But like you could like run, teleport through a wall, teleport up, and then crush somebody with a power, and then shoot. Like, there's a lot of games that do that now, and it was doing it on the original Xbox, and I thought it needed to be mentioned here.
Gotcha.
Hitman Blood Money. It's the beginning of all of the Hitman madness that is going on now with all of their different games. Fable and Hunter the Reckoning.
Very well. Well, I think that wraps up another episode of Retrospective for MUBRS. Another successful episode. I don't think we have too many more to get through.
No,
and
we
then
don't.
just
a few.
Couple.
Sneak peek. We got some new stuff coming to our listeners.
Yeah, we're gonna be trying out a few different things.
We're gonna get very experimental here.
yeah.
Extremely experimental.
I liked it in their middle years where they got very experimental with what they were doing, and they really just nailed it. We're aiming for that. We're aiming for that to be someone talking about the podcast in 15 years.
We hope so. We really do hope so.
And just a plug, we haven't done this in a while, and we should probably get in a better routine. We did activate our Patreon account again.
Yes.
We're not doing like tier rewards again, but if you do support the show, we're asking just for $1 a month.
Yeah, we would greatly appreciate it. It would go towards some new equipment. We're starting to get a little ragged here on the equipment.
And again,
So-
we're not trying to do the tiers. We really sucked at that.
We
for
feel like we
Yeah.
were not giving out what we needed to for that. So
Yeah.
it's just $1 a month for a donation, or even just if you want to do one time, one a month, it'd be cool.
We're trying to do some video aspect, so it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to support the show, but you want to support my grocery bill, you can Venmo me at Harry Bowles.
Really? I mean, you know what? Good for you.
Yikes.
That'll be hilarious.
You're trying the
some
best
bananas. Yeah. Yo, groceries got fucking expensive.
Harry needs some green
Anyway.
peppers.
I need some bell peppers. Cool. Well, stay sexy.
Stay lovely.
Love you guys.
Stay safe.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media and all streaming platforms at Superfun Podcast for more episodes. If you enjoyed the show, tell a friend about us and consider becoming a Patreon member for more exclusive content.